opposite attract. That may be okay in the scientific realm, but that's not true when it comes to people. What happens with people is you attract who you are. You don't get what you want. You get what you picture. So you have to develop yourself. So you have to become what you want. You got to put yourself out there as one of the leaders. Folks, what you think you are is who you are. You know what? We ain't in that corporate world no more. We don't have to go to lunch at 12 o'clock. We go to lunch when we get hungry. We don't go home when we're finished. We go home when we're done. That's right. I like the way Memo said, I got tired of people telling me how much money I can make. He said, I'm going to write my own check. MLM is the best business model in the world. It doesn't matter if you came out of Yale or you came out of jail. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is get around the right people and they will get you going, folks. You just got to affirm it in your mind. I don't care what you've been sanitized with all your life and people telling you can't do this and you can't do that. You got to tell yourself who you are. I tell myself that I am a wealthy, healthy, financial network consultant and a successful business developer. And I have a very, very large, dependable income. So you got to tell that to yourself. And you'll start believing it, and it won't matter what anybody else says. Because who's ever grabbing at your ankles, it doesn't matter. Just tell them, hey, I don't want to be down there where you are. Huh? That's what you tell them, folks. But folks, listen here. We got the best business module in the world. Let me break it down to you. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, and I know why. Because all you got to do is get one business partner on the left and one business partner on the right. The company pays you $100. You help that two, get two. The company's going to pay you another $100. And because you help two, get two, make you an executive, the company pays you another $100. And then on top of that, all you got to do is get one more person, and you go into the cycle bonus. That cycle bonus is going to pay you another $150. You already got your money back. But that $150, you can get 33 times a day. That's $4,950. Time rolling it up to 5 times 7 days a week. That means you make $35,000 a week. Times 52 weeks, that's $1.82 million a year. And that is just your potential earning weekly. Monthly, you get $25. But if you get it 10 times, you get $250 a month. But if you get it 100 times, you get $2,500 a month. If you get it 1,000 times, you make $25,000 a month. That's $300,000 a year. Folks, right there, you're within the 3% of the world. Top income earners. But it gets better than that. Because you can get $6,000 times a month. That's $150,000 a month. That means that you can make $1.8 million a month. So that means your potential earnings weekly is $1.82 million. Your potential earnings monthly is $1.8 million. Your potential earnings yearly is $3.62 million a year. How about that, folks? Is that all right? You think you can get by with that? Well, I think you can get by with that, folks. I tell you what, the next person I'm going to bring up, folks, because I don't want to waste a whole lot of time up here, and we're going to keep it moving. Yes. I don't wear a watch, so that's okay. You know which one I'm going to get? Go ahead. Excuse us, folks. All right, folks. Okay, so also what I want to bring up, before I bring up the testimonies, folks, we also want to talk about Biggie Soto and also Miss Denise McDowell. Let's give her a hand, folks. Do they absolutely wake us up in the morning? Do they absolutely set us on fire all week? I want you to know something. I am so eager for Monday morning through Friday morning, I forget about the weekend anymore. Because you know what? They are giving me the nuggets to build my business. And folks, you need to be on that call in the morning. So folks, at this time, we're going to bring up a couple of people that's going to get a testimonies, okay? The testimonies, we're going to have Miss Renetta Hall come up, okay? We're going to have Miss Samantha Richardson come up. We're going to have Anna come up. We're going to have Raina come up. We're going to have Diana come up. All right, folks. Let's give it up because this is the product. How many know that this is the product that's going to give you back your realness? Huh? You're going to get back your realness, Enrico. This is how you get real, folks. How many of you out there know that your first wealth is your health? Let's give them a hand as they come up. They're going to tell you what this wonderful product is doing for everyone. Miss Samantha, come on up here. We're going to start off with Miss Renetta Hall. Thank you.
Super what? Yeah. Wow, you're beautiful out there. And I got to give my testimony real fast. Every time I give my testimony, I end up, everybody's in tears, I'm crying, everybody else is crying. We're not going to cry today, okay? But I'm going to try to get through my testimony. It's emotional to me because it's about my mother, my 85-year-old mother. She's such a sweetheart. She has dementia. I mean, the doctors have diagnosed her with dementia. And she was getting, as the disease began to progress, she was forgetting more and more things, repeating herself more and more and more. And I started to change her diet. And I started giving her things that were healthy for her. But still, it was still progressing. And I've always said this, Mom is a prayer warrior. I don't know how many believe in prayer here, but prayer works, okay? Prayer changes things. Don't let me get started. But Mother is a prayer warrior, and I'm like, well, we got to get behind her and pray for her. So we've been praying and praying. Sometimes God uses different means for getting the job done. So we kept on praying, and we kept on changing her diet, and then I decided to start giving her the 10 vitamins. Praise God, I started giving her the D, started giving her the B boost, and I started giving her the superfoods. You know, Mom had got to the place where she would go to write a check. Here I go again, I'm going to stop. She'd go to write a check, and she couldn't sign her name all the way. She'd get to the last name, and she couldn't sign it. And then I noticed that she would go right around the block, and she didn't know where she was, right around the corner from where she lived for over 47 years. And the disease, like I said, was progressing. And I started giving her the vitamins. Week 1, Mom, also, the disease also causes you to withdraw. You don't want to be around your friends anymore because it's I guess, you know, she would say, my mind, what's happening to me? And she didn't understand. Within that first week, she started laughing like she usually does. Mother loves to shout at church. I go to a kind of lively church, okay? Mother loves to get out and do her little shout. And she had stopped doing that, and I had noticed. Here it comes, I'm sorry. Praise God. Okay, I give God all the glory first. You know, and He put these products. They're good for you. They're natural. This is what he put the plants and the trees and the leaves down here for our healing of our bodies. And Mom, like I said, first she began to come out of that fog. She began to laugh again. Then I think it was week 2. I may have my weeks mixed up now. I may need some boost. But after a while, she started writing her name on her checks again. She was getting the offering envelope. She would write her entire name with the address. She started writing the zip code, and my husband would get so excited. He's like, stop, you don't have to write the zip code. And then later on, before the 4 weeks was up, I said, Mom, let's go walking from your house to the church, which is about 5 blocks away. And I said, I want you to lead the way. Mom got out there, and she led the entire way from the house to the church on her own, and I would just follow her. And like I said, when she got there, she forgot why we went there, but that was okay. And then she led us back. But let me tell you this real quick. Last night, I've been up all night long. Mom got sick last night. She got very weak, very, very weak, and very disoriented. And so I called the advice nurse and said, rush her to emergency, which I did. And what it was she was dehydrated. We've been having some real hot weather here in California for the last couple of days, and Mom wasn't drinking her water. And, I don't live with my parents, my elderly parents. But anyway, long story short, she had become dehydrated. So they hooked her up to the IVs and what have you, and they checked and they said everything's fine. Her lab work is fine. Her vitamin levels perfect. I thank God for that for all of us, but just a lack of water. So we got her going again, and she's up. When she got through getting a little IV, she said, I feel good. And I just thank God for that. I thank Mel and Amy for the vision. I thank all of you. Sister Denise, Pastor Denise, I enjoy you every morning. And Pat Lowe, you don't know, you've been a real angel, okay? She shared some information with me about dementia. And I just thank God.
Buenos días, tengan todos, familia TEN. Que Dios me los bendiga a todos y bienvenidos a este lugar, que es nuestra convención, ¿verdad? Es algo hermoso y que estamos pasando aquí. Saben que yo tengo un testimonio bien grande que dar de mi vida personal. Yo estuve muy enferma de diabetes por 20 años, lo cual, cuando a mí me mostraron este producto, mi amiga Lourdes, yo le decía que yo no creía. Le digo, tanto he tomado, tanto me han dado, y yo no creo porque nunca me he curado de nada con esto. Ella me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Úselos. Me regaló 2, pero después yo fui a una cita que ellos tenían en el hotel, llegamos ahí, yo me presenté, me encantó lo que estaban hablando. Enseguida cuando me llegó el producto, porque yo dije, y aquí soy. A la semana empecé a tomar los suplementos, y ¿qué creen? A los 3 días el azúcar me bajó a 60. Era algo que yo temblaba, tenía frío. El doctor me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Trae el azúcar a 60. Cuando yo me inyectaba 4 veces al día insulina, tomaba 6 metformin al día, tomaba para presión alta, para el colesterol. Pero ¿qué creen, familia TEN? Que ahora no tengo que utilizar absolutamente nada de esto. Gracias a Dios y gracias a estos suplementos que han llegado a nuestras vidas, créanlo. Les voy a contar, yo tuve un stroke, va a ser 2 años, del cual yo estuve muy grave. Pensé que ya no iba a salir de ahí. Me decían que había un leve goteo en mi cerebro de sangre, pero hace aproximadamente 3 meses que fui al doctor, cuando me hicieron unos estudios de la cabeza. Cuando me habló la doctora me dio tanto gusto porque me dijo, ¿sabes una cosa? absolutamente ya no tienes nada, puedes llevar una vida feliz y tranquila porque estás bien del todo a todo. ¿Saben cómo me sentí? Doy gracias a Dios, a mi padre y sobre todo a Mel y a toda la familia que me ha mostrado esto hasta ahorita, y me siento feliz, me siento orgullosa de mi producto, me siento orgullosa de lo que estoy usando, porque yo sé que sin este producto tal vez yo estuviera en el hospital nuevamente. Cada rato caía al hospital, cada hora, cada día, cada mes estaba yo hospitalizada. Pero doy gracias a Dios y gracias a nuestros suplementos y a esta alta tecnología y al que hizo con tanta sabiduría esto, porque Dios lo ha puesto en su mente de Él para que Él nos trajera al mundo entero y cambiara nuestras vidas. Yo les agradezco a todos nuevamente que estén aquí y me siento muy feliz, muy contenta, y yo les digo, sigan utilizando estos suplementos porque esto los va a llevar a algo grande. Aparte, recuerden que no solo es salud, esto nos está llevando más allá, fuera pobreza, fuera todo. Ahora somos ricos, hemos conocido el tesoro, ¿ok? Que Dios me los bendiga a todos. Hasta luego.
Hola, buenos días tengan todos ustedes, familia TEN. Mi nombre es Daniel Cosío, vengo de Las Vegas. Yo tengo un testimonio. Le quiero dar primero gracias a Dios, gracias a mi tía María Zamudio, que me llegó en un momento que lo necesitaba. Yo acababa de salir del hospital de un dolor que tenía yo de este lado. Me hicieron análisis y todo lo demás y me habían dicho que tenía 200% de grasa en mi hígado. Yo tenía sangrado. Cada vez que iba yo al baño hacía sangre. Antes me daba vergüenza, me daba pena comentarlo con todos, pero ahora no, porque posiblemente puede haber una persona que está pasando por lo mismo que yo. Y por eso lo digo. Y le vuelvo a dar gracias a Dios, a la tía María y al producto TEN, que llegó a mi vida, cambió mi vida. Fui a otro médico, me hicieron otros análisis. Yo solamente usé 3 semanas el producto y del 200% me bajó el 70% de grasa en mi hígado. Yo tenía muchas agruras, muchas acidez. Gracias al producto se me fue. Yo uso el producto todos los días. Lo uso yo, mi esposa, mis 5 hijos, y me siento muy contento, muy orgulloso de estar en esta nueva familia. Y ese es mi testimonio. Gracias, muy amable.
Just 1 second here. We do have translating monitors from Spanish to English, so if anyone needs them, we have them available. Thank you.
¿Dónde están los latinos? Mi nombre es Diana y esta es mi linda madre Ana. Estamos aquí para compartir con ustedes nuestros testimonios. Créanlo o no, estamos felices de estar aquí con Ted. Yo, cuando vino Ted a mi vida, yo dije, no sé, se miraba un poquito increíble, ¿verdad? Pero les puedo compartir que gracias a los productos tengo una nueva familia. Ya no tengo un esposo tan estresado, ya no tengo un padre tan corajudo, ya no tengo una hija que es traviesa, ahora se me hace más caso, pero más que nada yo he perdido ya 2 tallas y estoy feliz, 28 libras menos, pero la persona que me ha impactado más es mi madre, porque mi madre pegó a depresión, porque mi hermano chico se había movido, entonces uno nunca quiere ver a su madre sufriendo, ¿verdad? Y yo... Les puedo decir que mi papá estaba en 406 libras. Usando 65X. Todo el tiempo llorando. Hoy en día es una persona más alegre.
205 libras. Y ella me regaló un pase para ir al gimnasio. Y me acuerdo que fue mi cumpleaños, que fue en mayo del año pasado. Ella me dijo, pasó mayo, yo no fui al gimnasio. Vino junio y me dijo, yo no te voy a estar pagando el gimnasio tú ahí. Yo te dije en junio, pero no sé de qué año. Y dije, ay. Y empecé a ir, y yo iba a la junta, estaba bien gordita, y yo miraba todo bailaba y yo no me metía. Y me dijo la instructora, lo que me gusta de ti es que no te quedas parada, a veces así que sea. Pero era porque yo estaba gordita y no me podía mover los pasos, obvio. Entonces, en noviembre yo empecé a usar el producto porque mi hija se metió al negocio del tenis. Y me dijo, mami, usa eso. Los empecé a hacer en noviembre, en México nos fuimos a México. Y pues ya ven cuando uno llega que taquito de carnitas, que mole y todo. Y ella me dijo, ¿no te pusiste los sprays? Le dije, no. Cuando me miró dijo, wow, yo pensé que ibas a venir más gorda, pero te miro delgada. Le dije, sí. Me pesó, había bajado nomás 4 libras y no había usado los productos. Eso fue lo que me gustó más, que no, dije yo, wow, no estoy desesperada por el producto, voy a subir todo, no. Gracias a Dios ahorita yo he perdido más de 100 libras, pero lo que más me gustó fue que cuando fui al doctor, el doctor mío es un moreno y siempre me vacila. Y me dice, le digo, doctor, denme uno para parquearme en los de Handicap. Oh yeah, te voy a dar uno, pero para que te parques bien lejos, para que camines. Esa era una. Después le dije, ay doctor, fíjese que estoy, ay no sé, se me ha quitado el hambre y me siento mal. Ah, tú puedes durar sin comer un año en el desierto, pero siempre me estaba vacilando. Pues ahora que me vio últimamente, se me quedó viendo y me dijo, Ana, ¿hiciste el bypass? Sí, le dije, con el tenis. Y luego dijo, le dije, no lo van a creer, que todos en ese día vendimos 5 sets de los productos, porque como me vieron, lo creyeron. Y yo les digo, mi esposa me dice, ¿ya te pusiste? Pero yo siento que lo necesito más. Me siento bien a gusto con esto, bien feliz. Y yo le doy gracias primeramente a Dios, porque dicen que nada se mueve sino la voluntad de Dios, y todo trabaja a través de Dios. Y gracias por estas personas, y la tecnología y todo, gracias. Yo me siento súper feliz, súper contenta, y me acuerdo que antes me decían que me pusiera un pomo de vaselina para que todo me resbalara. Ahora yo les digo que yo me sprayo para que todo me resbale. Para la hora que me miren van a ver que ya perdí más, porque yo me siento bien feliz y tan feliz que me siento que yo lo comparto con todo el mundo. Y mi esposa me dice, ¿ya te pusiste? Le digo, sí, pero yo les digo a las personas porque se les hace y yo pienso, claro, cuando uno les dice un mes y le digo sí, pero se lo ponen para que le dure un mes, pero si no se lo ponen le va a durar 1 año, 2, 3, pero póngaselo, no importa. Y gracias a Dios, la gente que me conoce sabe comer antes de gordita y gracias y tengan buen día a todos.
For the people that don't speak Spanish, what she said is, it works.
She's going to be dancing and on her way to it. Okay, I'm Samantha Richardson. I know some of you have heard me on the call, right? The calls?
Yeah.
Pat Lowe, Miss Pat Lowe, and Miss Pastor Denise, and Mr. Dale Wafer. I see you back there, Kevin Vaughn, I see you. Anyway, the first thing I want to say is that the slim works, honey. The slim works, okay? I have lost 51 pounds on the slim. And my dress is still too big today, y'all. Because I lost another dress size the other day. So I'm getting it back now, I'm getting it back. Anyway, I want to say thank you. I think it's gracias in Espanol. Thank you to Melanie. And bueno, ¿cómo estás, Latino familia? I love you. And so basically, long story short, I was diagnosed with starving bone syndrome. No vitamin D. Nada vitamin D in this body. And man, it did something to me. I broke a tooth. I fell off the treadmill at the gym. Oh man, and it followed with much worse. High blood pressure, one medicine, blood pressure medicine, medicina, blood pressure, one medicine. Uno, dos, tres, blood pressure medicines. For me, cancer medication, inflammation medication, 2 stomach medications, steroid medication. I was on all of that. I was diagnosed later with what's called ankylosing spondylitis, like rheumatoid arthritis. I went from walking to barely no walking. Swollen legs, feet, ankles, neck, spinal, my whole nervous system a wreck. And on top of it, I have 2 twin sons with autism, so I needed help caring for them too. So I felt like my life was over, pretty much. Nothing was working. I was on vitamin D supplements for 2 years. Vitamin D pills, 2 years. It didn't work. I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So one day, my husband's friend, Mr. Bashir Salam right there, stand up Bashir, because he called my husband and said, I got something for you. And he didn't even know about me yet. So I said, go ahead, that sounds good. A spray, I think that could really work. Because I've been in the medical field for over 20 years. I've filled prescriptions for 7 years. I worked internal medicine for 7 years. And I worked women's surgery. So I know all about the body and pills. And I know what things they can do good for you and what they can do bad. And the thing is that he came home with the D spray. I sprayed. And I said, ooh, I feel good. This D is making me feel, I feel good. Right? And so then I just felt good. I didn't know anything yet. And then he said, guess what? They got Garcinia cambogia, right? Y'all know what Garcinia cambogia, right? Yeah. I had already tried it. I knew it worked, but it was $50 a bottle. And then I tried the cleanse, the African mango. That was $50 a bottle. Yeah. And then you got the green tea, the green coffee. It's all expensive. You buy it all separately, how much you're spending. And it's about a 2-week supply, not a month. So then when I got the swim, I went back to my doctor in 2 weeks. And he said, what are you doing? You lost weight. I said, how much? Because I was like this when I got on the scale. Just take the weight. I don't want to see it. And I had lost 10 pounds. Within the first 2 weeks, I took 10 pounds. And so I went back, and within 6 weeks' time, before my treatment, oh yes, I have treatment too. Like chemo, I go through infusion treatment every 6 weeks. By 6 weeks, I had lost 35 pounds on the slip. So you know what I said to your family? I said, give me the rest of them vitamins. I need all the spray. Give me all of them. So basically what happened to me was I'm off of 5 meds. Actually, I just went off of one more. I'm off of 6 meds. 6 meds I'm off. I got great kidneys, great liver. What I had, you guys know what's on that presentation. It says dermatomyositis. That was me. I had quadruple the inflammation in my body. And that's what I was fighting. I was about to get colon cancer. It was attacking my colon, it was attacking my kidneys, it was going to attack my liver. And the vitamin B actually helped me I got regular kidneys now. My liver is intact. And I just found out I am in normal range of my inflammation. Oh now, y'all better watch me work 10. I'm gonna work 10. I'm gonna work 10 like this. I'm gonna work 10. Y'all better work 10. Thank you, Tim family. I love you. Thank you, Mel and Amy. Thank you. Bless you.
Let's give these ladies and gentlemen a hand up here for their testimonies as we are leaving the stage. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I want to thank you there. Do we have the best product on the planet? We have the best product on the planet, folks. I'm telling you, thank you guys again. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. What a product. Did you enjoy that? Aren't you happy that you got something that works? Are you happy that you got something that works? Come on now. If you got something that works, say something. Yeah. You got to get excited about the product. We got to get it all spread all over the world. We need to get excited about the product. Well, folks, the next gentleman that I'm bringing up is just an honor and a pleasure to bring him up. I have known him to be a statesman. His character is impeccable. Folks, this gentleman is on the calls every morning. And I tell you, whatever questions you ask, he is able to answer them. And answer them with clarity. Folks, he is tearing up Washington and Maryland right now. And it's because of his character. Without any further ado, folks, we want to bring up Pastor Del Wafer. Let's give him a hand! Yeah! 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 All right there, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo! Are you excited? 10! Huh? Well, I'll tell you, this is a beautiful place, isn't it? I've never been here. And excited about being here with you guys. And wow, we got some fantastic things going on all day. And sorry I won't be able to be with you all day. I had a memo bring my schedule up so I can get up a little early. My granddaughter is 5, and she's in California, Los Angeles. So for the last month, she's been texting me. She wrote me a letter. She Skyped me, and she said, "This is my very first birthday party." And she said, "I want 2 things." And I said, "Well, what is the 2 things she wants?" She said, "First, I want 100 presents." Yeah. And I said, "Well, I don't know about 100 presents. You better talk with your mother about that." She said, "But the best thing I want is," she said, "I want you to come to my birthday party." And I said, "Oh boy." Now she don't know anything about I live in Washington, D.C. She don't know how far that is. And I said, "Well, honey, her birthday was actually last Sunday." And I said, "Well, honey, I don't know if I got to be in California on the 17th. I don't know if I can come that weekend and come back." And she said, "Papa," she said, "I want you at my birthday." So I talked to my daughter and said, "Can you move the party back to Saturday?" She said, "Okay, Dad, we'll move it back to Saturday." So I got to get to Los Angeles. I just came from Los Angeles last night. I got to go back to Los Angeles today to be at that party by 5 o'clock. So I'm not going to be able to stay with you all long. So I wanted to at least be able to come and see the family and see how everybody's doing. And we have such great people in the house today. Good seeing Chrissy here, huh? Great. Miss Chrissy's in the house. I see Nikisha Bond. Nikisha Bond just walked in the house. Glad to have you guys. Well, I'm just going to be brief. I just want to share just a few quick things about leadership. You know, everybody aspires to be leaders. And leaders are someone who really invests in other people. If you're going to be a great leader, especially in this company, you're going to have to be an investor in other people. You know, leaders don't, listen, I'm up here by myself. Who's following me? Nobody. I got nobody behind me. If nobody's following you, you're not leading. So you really have to have people who are going to invest in other people so they'll be committed to following the team. And that's why I like the name of our team, Team Effort Network. Because what it says is, in this company, you can't be a Michael Jordan. I'll say it again. In this company, if you're going to maximize the compensation plan, you can't be a Michael Jordan. You're going to have to follow the concept that Mel and Amy laid out, which is you only prosper when you help someone else prosper. You only prosper when you help bring somebody up into leadership. Now, the key to it is we have to allow ourselves to invest in other leaders. Okay? And so I always do this. I say, when you find two people, one on your left and one on your right, I don't care who they are, make a determination in your heart that you're going to make them leaders. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to become available to them. You have to begin to give yourself to them. You have to check on them and say, hey, what are you guys doing? What is your goal this week? How many people have you talked to this week? You got to pour into them because what? You're making them leaders. We have to create a duplicatable system so that people can understand that you only have to get two. One on your left and one on your right. And when you get those two to function, say, when you get your two, you invest your time and you make them leaders. The business grows when we get team builder after team builder after team builder after team builder. As long as you're making team builders, you are making money. Okay? So when you want to maximize the compensation plan that we have here, you got to make sure that you're making team builders. You can't stand here alone and be a good leader. You have to pour and invest in other people. So I'm so glad to say that we got a lot of team builders in this company, right? We have a lot of team leaders in this company. Okay? So if you want to be a good leader, then make sure that you're investing in other people. Now I said, in order to be a good team leader, you got to be able to bring people up. You got to help people get out of where they are, get from being stuck so that they can break free and become leaders. I'm going to ask Robert. Where's Robert? Robert, come up front here. Come on, Robert. Not that Robert. That's the other Robert over there. Huh? Yeah! What did I just do? I just brought him up. Huh? I brought him from where I recruited him from. I put him in the leadership box. So now we're standing together as leaders. Are we going to be more successful if we stand together as leaders than me standing by myself? Yeah. Absolutely. We are. Kevin Bond, we're KB, 1 star. One star, Kevin Bond. Yeah. Are we going to be more successful with Kevin Bond on my right and Robert on my left? Yes. We're going to be more successful because we are now showing how leaders are made. We have to continually invest in people. Now, if you want to be a great leader, now you guys know I'm a pastor, right? So I'm sorry, I can't get in front of this kind of crowd and not talk about the Bible. Well, Jesus said this. He said, if you want to be great, he said, then you have to be the servant of all. Great leaders serve other people. Huh? If you want to be a 10-star, I got here today and Dad Sam, he looked at me, he said, hey, Pastor Dad, shook my hand, and he said, how come you're not 10-star yet? I said, Dad, I'm working on it. He said, no, you're not working hard enough. See, that's what leaders do. Leaders put fire under your behind and tell you, you got to do more. Even if you think you've been doing great, even if you think you've been maximizing as much time you can, recruiting as much as you can, investing in people as much as you can, leaders who are pushing you say, you're not pushing enough. You need to get to the next level. And so every time I see him, I just have to do this and say, I'm still working at it. I'm still going for it. 10-star. But when we invest in other people, and when we become servants of other people, you know what happens? people begin to see how important they are to us. And I like what Mel and Amy says. They say, guys, we have to make sure that this company becomes a company of the future. You know, there's a lot of companies that started out with 4 products. Herbalife started out with 4 products. Look, last year, $8 billion. Okay? Yeah. $8 billion. Yeah. I was talking to Mel and Amy a few days ago, and I said, you know, we really have the opportunity in 10 to create this company where we have 800,000 representatives, where there's $900 million a company is made. And you know what? We have a way to do that through our multiplication and duplication. I said, but the thing is this. We got to make sure we're recruiting the right people. You got to make sure you're recruiting the right people in this business, okay? There's people who are looking for opportunities like we offer here at 10, and there's people who will come in here and they will be like bulls in a china shop. We got to make sure that we are recruiting people that has the long-term vision that says, we want to be the company 5 years from now that people say, have you heard about what that company 10 has done? Yeah. That man, people in that company literally is changing their lives. Yeah. I read a statistic the other day that said that 73% of people that are in network marketing never makes a dime. Never make a dime. 73%. What if 10 said, we got 73% of people who earn commission checks? Yeah. Who earn commission checks. That's what the focus has to be for 10. Because if we can do that, we can change the whole industry. I had a conversation with Mel a few years ago when we were launching our sister division, My Video Talk, here in the United States. And I asked her, so why do you want to launch a company where 99% of the businesses fail? 99% of network marketing companies fail. Why do you want to launch it? And he said this to me that changed me. He said, I want to make it safe for people to come back in again. Yeah. He said, network marketing has been good to Amy and I. He said, I want to make it safe for people to come back in to network marketing and know there's a company that protects them and looks after them. And I said, wow, this guy has a great heart. He has a great heart for what he wants to see in people's lives. But you know what? Mel and Amy can't do it without us. Okay? This is Mel and Amy. They are the CEOs and co-founders of our company with Dad. But guess what, guys? This is our company. 10 belongs to us. Yeah. 10 belongs to us. What we do with 10 is going to either sink it or it's going to turn it into a company that makes billions of dollars. But it's going to require leaders like these guys that I have up here, leaders that are out here like you all, who invest in your people. Make yourself available. Make yourself accountable. Make sure that you are giving people what they need to grow. I tell people all the time when they ask me questions, I say, you know what? If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you I don't know. But I'm not going to make up an answer for it. I'm not going to say something that I know is not true. See, leaders need to be able to be transparent. People need to be able to trust that when you said something or when you say something, it's real. That you're not giving them a bunch of hype, but you're giving them that which is real, that which is true. I just firmly believe if you give people the right information, people will make the right decisions. So don't sugarcoat it. If somebody's not doing something right, let them know. That's wrong. What you're doing is wrong. Okay? But the goal is, let's recruit great people for this company. Let's build this company's brand. Let's take it all around the world. Let's change lives everywhere we go so that when we look back in 2016 and we have 100,000 people in this company, we can say, you know what, guys? We are changing the way network marketing is being perceived in the world. Thank you guys so much.